What's going to happen if you spend all of that money on a strategic plan and it falls flat? It's not what you need. That is something that is a really big problem for nonprofits. Your strategic plan is one of the most expensive things that you're paying for on a regular basis. And I know that you're doing this because maybe you have a funder, you have a grant partner, you have an accreditation partner that is saying that you need to have a strategic plan so that you know the path forward. But if you don't come into it with the right items in place or with the right partner, that thing's going to fall flat and then your organization is going to be out all of that money. So here's some tips to help to make sure that you are getting the strategic plan that you need. Make sure that it addresses your operations, your programs, your funding, and also that you're talking about vision during that time. I often see strategic plans that are very much tactical plans, not strategic. They just have very short term objectives associated with them, and they're not pulling things together in a really big, robust way. Make sure that there's some creativity in the process and in putting this together. Make sure that you've challenged yourself and your board members to think about what's possible, not what is. And so, really, what path are you putting yourself on? If you think of it this way, you've heard the old saying, like, when's the best time to plant a tree? 20 years ago. When's the next best time? Today. So, when you're doing your strategic plan, you're planting those trees for 20 years from now. So which trees are you choosing to plant? That's part of that visioning piece. And you've got to make sure that you're being creative about that. And so that you're understanding what is happening in your community, in your industry, and to the people that you're serving so that you can get out in front of some of those trends. And so that's my third tip, is to really make sure that you're looking at who are the industry leaders. Those industry leaders don't have to be in your community. Maybe they're in another state or another part of the country. But who is it that you've heard about at a conference or that you've met or you've read about them on the internet that you really wish that your organization had more programs like them? Who do you aspire to be when you grow up? Those are elements that you can start to build into your plan now so that you can start to achieve that, so that you can be the organization that others aspire to. So there it is. There's some tips for your strategic plan. I hope things are going well. And as always, if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. We'll talk to you soon.